this is where my point. This is where my point comes. Okay, this is where my point comes. My point comes to the fact that this is a game, and obviously, if you've seen the title, I said who needs this game more. I'm gonna say the Eagles because I truthfully don't think the Cowboys are good enough, especially with the gauntlet they have coming up. If you want to look right here, look at their schedule over the next few weeks, right? As you can see, they got us, they got the Chiefs right on a short week on Thanksgiving. They got the Lions right after that, and then they got
Mm.
Minnesota. Like they have a gauntlet. They'll have the Chargers left. Like they have a gauntlet of teams left. And when you look at it, man, I think that while obviously
Oh, and the
Washington,
Chiefs.
yeah, and Chiefs right on Thanksgiving, right after they play us. So, um, if you look at this schedule right here, I don't even if they beat us, I still don't see them making a run for the playoffs. They're sitting at 3-5-1 currently right now,
Oh,
and
4-5-1, right?
sorry, 4-5-1 currently right now, and their four wins are they 4-5-1? Yeah, four
Yeah,
five one right
four
now,
five and one. Yeah.
and their wins have come against teams like the Giants, the Raiders, Washington, and who was the other team that they beat? The Jets, the Jets. So they haven't beat a playoff caliber team all year long. And they have played very, very poorly outside of that Green Bay game where they tied 40-40. Outside of that game,
Oh, yeah.
um,
That's hurting right now.
that game, yeah, exactly. That one is, and they played get, albeit they played well, for
On
sure against
offense.
on offense, sucked on defense. So
Yeah,
whenever
because
they
I mean
played,
Jordan Love, he ain't
right,
40 points good.
exactly. That's an anomaly right there. And you gave up 40 points to an offense that really has struggled all year long,
Mm-hmm.
and you let Russell Wilson throw for almost 500 yards on you like that. You know what I'm saying? Like a win against Geno Smith doesn't move me. So I don't think I don't see. I'm not going to sit here and think that.
Washington, West Virginia legend.
Yeah. So the Eagles, to me, this is the most important game for them. I think last week was obviously at the time the most important game of the season for them, considering seeding. But for
Mm-hmm.
me, whatever all the conversation in the building right now about can the Eagles do this? Are the Eagles on a bound to get exposed? They can't pass the ball well enough. If you can't move the ball against this Dallas defense, all they have Quinnen Williams, yes, and they got a couple started. He does
Not
like
enough.
not enough. That back end is trash. If you can't pass the ball and move the ball effectively against that defense, come on, man. Like truthfully, you know what I mean? Like, I really don't. We had a comment right here. It's like, I know I'm not involved in the conversation. Hey, bro, comment down. I don't. You're not involved in the conversation. You are. Like, we listen to the comments, brother.
Yeah.
But I feel like realistically, they aren't making it to the playoffs. But they are my team, and I still root for the Cowboys. Respect,
But
and
yeah, yeah.
that's a
I'm not mad at that.
realistic. You know what I'm saying? That is a realistic take, and I'm not saying it to be like an Eagles hater. I'm saying it because I truthfully don't think that the Cowboys they put up points. Your offense is going to move the ball most games throughout the season.
Yeah.
George Pickens is nice. You know what I mean? And that duo with him and CeeDee Lamb is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all a matter of that defense. If you guys start off a couple drives of being cold and punting 3 and outs, the Eagles need to take advantage because
Yeah.
if they don't go up 14, 21-3 in that
Yeah.
aspect,
First half. It's
first
too
half
close. That's too
the
close.
game has to be decided in the first half.
Yeah.
If you leave the Cowboys room for, kind of like a
To
room
be
for
close. You
to
don't
come,
want them to be
yeah,
in jabbing range. Like you don't.
yeah,
You need
exactly.
to be up decisively early.
And they're in field goal range the minute they cross the 50-yard line. Like
Yeah, that's true.
Brandon Aubrey is a beast.
Yeah,
Like it's a pretty much automatic 3 after 2 first downs. Like I'm obviously I'm exaggerating, but Brandon Aubrey is that good where they're gonna push him 65 yards with no problem. So it's like the Eagles, as
and it's
good as
indoor, so he can
it
kick
is,
wherever.
and I'm cool, but I'm cool if you give up 3 points. I'm cool if you take 3 at a time.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is with the team is, bro, air this ball out this weekend. Like, go out, take your shots.
Really?
Take your shots down the field. I'm not saying to take risky throws. I'm saying take your shots because dudes have been wide open against this secondary all year long. So it's like, what at some point, this has to be a get right game for the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, if you look at last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Last year, Eagles won the Super Bowl. The first two playoff games going into the NFC Championship game against the Commanders, everyone was questioning the Eagles' ability to pass the football. Everybody. The Green Bay Packers, they didn't pass the football well. They won because of the defense and because of Saquon Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
Against the LA Rams, Saquon Barkley ran for over 200 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Hurts was very, very bad in that game. But then they're like, yo, they can't pass the ball well enough. What did they do against the Commanders? Jalen Hurts has one of his best passing days all season long.
Yeah.
And then in the Super Bowl, obviously you give it credit, to the defense, as you very well should. They were realistically the reason as to why this game was the way it was and how bad it was.
Yeah, how lopsided.
I do believe the quarterback plays a part in making sure those drives end in touchdowns.
In scores, yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
They wasn't settling for field goals, because I think it's a completely different game if they settle for field goals. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, look what happened the year before that. Y'all were settling, and then boom, they came back on you.
Exactly. So, the quarterback has to be the one to make the difference. And I do think when Jalen Hurts is questioned, every single time he's questioned, look at the last 2 years, since 2022, that he has been pretty much regarded as a guy who's going to get a huge contract, which he did before after 2022 season. Like, and since then, it's been like, yo, Jalen Hurts, you have, like, there's so much expectations. And Dan Orlovsky said it earlier today on Get Up. He said it's disrespectful what they've done to Jalen Hurts. And I don't want to make this a Jalen Hurts conversation, but I'm making this like an Eagles kind of like this is why I'm kind of tied all in together. He made a point of like, this is disrespectful to Jalen Hurts because we are scolding him just because of how it looks for doing things that we crucify other quarterbacks for not doing, which is win football games. It doesn't matter how it looks. And you want to say it's a team stat, cool. When Jalen Hurts is asked to pass the football 35 times or more in his career, they're 13-7, the Eagles. And that's since 2020, meaning in 2020,
and including his rookie year and stuff. Yep.
And including his rookie year, exactly.
Yep.
If you look at these stats right here, Jalen Hurts, 13-7, completion percentage of 64.7. Okay, and you might say, oh, they only asked him to do that this many times. Yeah, but Lamar Jackson is 9-7 when asked to throw the ball 35 times or more. Patrick Mahomes has the best record by far because he's asked to throw the ball 35 times or more than anybody in the NFL.
He also wins the most.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's a matter of, truthfully, what are they gonna do? I believe that they need to air this ball out.
So you want them to be pass heavy. You don't want them to run as much.
I think obviously
if they get the run going, are you gonna just let them keep running?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, so they don't have to air it out. You're saying it'd be nice to see it.
Yes, I want to see them air it out. I'm not saying that they have to win the game. No. That's okay. Sorry, I made that. That's good call on you. I'm not saying that they need to air it out to win. I'm saying that they'll win either way, because I don't think you're putting Jalen Hurts in harm's way of not against this defense.
Yeah.
I'm saying that obviously if Saquon Barkley goes out there and runs for, 60 yards in the first half, you keep going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like you're just going to stop that. But
all right, now let's say the other way. Let's say Dallas gets off to a crazy lead.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say they win.
Sure.
Do you look at the Eagles differently for the rest of the season?
No. I don't. I don't. This game, if we depending how we lose, it's going to depend for me how we lose.
Okay.
If we do lose, which I don't think we are, but if
I don't think you are either.
I think that this is going to be a test, because it's all the noise surrounding the Eagles right now. That's to me is what my frustration comes. It's not the fact that the Eagles can't handle this. There was conversation about AJ and Jalen Hurts and all this last year, like and they won the Super Bowl. I think this team is very well equipped because of the veteran leadership with Brandon Graham. Jalen Hurts is as poised as it gets. let these things distract him. He never feeds into it during the press conferences. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
not worried about him. I truly don't think he cares. I really don't think he cares. Because you don't see him phased in that situation when it's all the other noise. Now, do I think he is very frustrated with the way the season has gone offensively? On 100%, because I've been
Jalen or AJ?
both. I think
Okay.
the players are frustrated. I don't think that the coaches are, because Nick Sirianni's philosophy is win football games. I think Nick Sirianni gets very, very blinded to the fact that the Eagles have won a lot of football games since he's been a head coach, that he doesn't care.
Very
He
ugly.
really doesn't care how it looks.
Yeah.
And to me, he's just a glorified cheerleader on the sideline. And I'm not trying, and I'm literally not trying to even disrespect him, because for whatever reason, they seem like they play for him.
He
For
ain't
whatever
Jason
reason.
Garrett though.
Yeah, don't even mention Jason Garrett, brother.
Yeah, now
It's
that was someone who just didn't do nothing.
at all. But Nick Sirianni does nothing though. Like and when I say does nothing, I think Kevin Patullo is running his scheme. I do.
I know.
I truly do. That's what gets me, is that I think he's running his scheme, and I don't think Patullo knows what he's doing by any means.
Yeah, they're about to
But
bring in Davo.
I wouldn't be mad at them bringing in Mike McCarthy. I wouldn't, like as an OC, not as a head coach, as an OC. Mike McDaniels, because he getting fired after this year. If we get Mike McDaniels with the whole thing, I think
You want Jalen Hurts to have another play caller?
over this,
Shoot, can
he's
we get
already
some?
had it 10 straight years.
We need continuity. Yeah.
Brother, with continuity, Mike McDaniels ain't getting no head coaching job anytime soon. So
No, he's not.
neither is Mike McCarthy. Coming on over here, brother. Well, like Vic Fangio. Who's the Vic Fangio of offensive coordinators? That's who we need. He declined he declined a head coaching job. He was like, I want to stick with the defense as a coordinator. I'm better as a coordinator. He knows there's some coaches that are just meant to be coordinators that can't be head coaches.
Yeah, head coaching is not as all as it's cracked up to be. You think they're sitting there like calling all the plays and they're like, hey, we got to do this. They ain't doing none of that. Really, it's mostly managing egos, and then they're listening so that they know what's coming. So like they're like,
There is
okay,
value to that. I think there's value.
there is,
You know what I
there
mean?
is, because they don't really check plays or anything. It's really those people upstairs that are calling
Yeah,
the plays.
exactly.
All
I
they
think, like,
do, yep,
and it's
they're here to like
playbook.
manage the egos, listen, and then make moves. So like, okay, we need a sub here, or Lamar Jackson's their quarterback this week, so instead of having 3 linebackers, we'll have 2 linebackers and a safety in the box. That's
Mhm.
always a spy, something like that. They're here for to
Yeah.
make the adjustments.
Yeah, exactly. And I truthfully, I think that I would rather a head coach that is offensive minded, because you can go get a good defensive coordinator. I would
Right.
rather a head coach that's offensive minded that is calling the plays, a Sean McVay, a Kyle Shanahan, a Mike. Like, I'd rather that because you're not losing him unless he gets
Andy
fired.
Reid, yeah,
Andy Reid, like, I'd rather a guy that calls the plays rather than a guy who's like OCs that are good are gonna get head coaching job. Look at Brian Johnson. He
I
was one of the
know.
most sought after guys. Ben Johnson. He was one of the most sought after guys all off season. He goes with the Bears, and look what he's doing with them. You know what I mean? So it's like, what do you think? Do you think that this is a game, like, if the Eagles lose, is it going to change your mind on them?
No, but it could expose. Let's say they try to air it out.
Sure.
Let's say Jalen does get 35 attempts off, and he's 22 of 35 for 210.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that would be, to me, the confirmation that that's not the way they're going to win football games, is by throwing you away, in my opinion.
Okay.
Now, I do think you're right, though. I would like to see them try. I mean, this is a 30th ranked pass defense in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I would be concerned at all. Try some tighter window throws. I mean, see what you got. Like, you need to spread it out a little bit too. When we were watching that game, it was just a whole bunch of like 2 tight end sets,
2 tight end condensed formations, dude. It's so,
like,
yo,
y'all
get
need
it
some.
empty a little bit. Like, let these dudes rock, man. Like,
y'all need to do like 3 receivers. I mean, 3 receivers, 1 tight end type stuff. Like, y'all, it's like straight up like
jumbo
run.
formation.
Yeah, jump. Yeah, literally. And then like no shotgun. Like, it feels like he's rarely in the shotgun too.
in which he's always used to being in the shotgun. Now, I like him under center. I think against Minnesota, he performed very well under center. Against the
Yeah,
Giants, he did very well under center. But there has to be a balance. You can't like go fully under center and then fully shotgun. Like,
right.
or it's bro, literally like I'm telling you, I'm watching the games and they're running right here. Like pistol formation, Saquon Barkley's behind him 3 yards. He's just gonna hand it off right up the middle. Like it's especially when you got two tight ends.
Hey, I never forget that play Detroit ran when they had Jared Goff. Like, come on, bro. Like, we
Like,
know you're running. Like, what do you
we
mean?
know you're gonna snap into the like. What is Jared Goff gonna get a handoff
That's what I'm saying. So, like,
and get blown
that's
up?
the, that's the kind of predictability. Like that one play that the Baltimore ran against Cleveland, like
Mhm.
that, we need some of that. Like, so
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. I
Like
agree.
that, you need like some plays like that where it's like, let him throw. Like,
Hmm.
let's see it. He's done it before. I mean, like you said, you always say with Seichin, um,
Yes, like bro. Yes,
they let him loose a little bit more. I mean, he
yes.
still didn't throw crazy, but at least we could see like he can. Like right now, I don't even know if he can. Like I
He can.
really since
He can.
Minnesota, I'm saying, but since Minnesota, that Minnesota game, mid. It's been like mid game. Like they gotta like let him play a little bit,
Bro.
and it feels like he's like playing with handcuffs on
Yes, bro.
and his
And
feet tied
yes,
around his leg.
yes. And that's what happened last year. And that's what happened last year. And I said it in one of the shorts that I posted. Jalen Hurts has always been against conservative play calling. That's why when people say like, "Oh, they run this concept because he likes it," no, bro, he's spoken out against it numerous times about the concept and about the conservativeness and about limits. Like he even said it last year against Jacksonville. That to me was one of his best passing games last season. He said it's like Kellen Moore let me on my straitjacket. And then after that, you seen it against Cincinnati, like aired it out in the second half. And then after it was consistently all right. We're gonna make sure like he's throwing the ball down the field. And
Yep.
in his career, when passing 25 air yards or more, he's got a 65% completion percentage. So it's like it's not like he can't. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he's not like passing 55 or less than 60% of his passes when he's throwing the ball down the field. He just doesn't a lot because they don't let him do it a lot. Or when he does it a lot, it's four verticals against quarters coverage or against, you know what I mean, against zone. Like, look, they've rarely, especially this year, people have literally like, I'm not scared of Saquon Barkley right now because like we haven't run the ball effectively. So it's
Well,
like
they're still putting it in the box though.
it's softened up a little bit since that
Well, they gotta put 8 because I got two tight ends every other play.
sure. Yeah, you're right. You're right. you are. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, y'all
But
ain't spread nothing out.
we haven't though, and
Y'all need a little bit of a spread offense for sure.
yeah. I
And
think we
let
should,
Devontae move around.
bro.
Like put him in the slot, put him in the
Move him in the
outside
slot,
because he's
bro.
been doing his thing.
That play, that what's the name? That the before that Jameson Williams touchdown, that play before that Amon-Ra St. Brown called that crossing route. Remember when he slot and then he came across in the C gap and then went, bro. I would give my life savings to see Kevin Patullo scheme that up for AJ or Devontae, bro.
Hey,
Like,
that was nice
like
because there was literally nothing you could do. It was zone. It was a I think it was cover 3 because
we
this
were in threes because that scene that's
yeah because they went back and you
Mhm.
had a flat coverage, but Cooper
Yeah,
Jean couldn't follow him.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it was right in between both of them. That was
Perfect.
such a nice play.
Beautiful play call. Beautiful play
Yeah,
call.
yeah,
So
yeah. Like you said, let him move around. I mean, I don't even see a lot of motion from you guys, to be honest with you.
that's the bro. That's the problem. Like, why can't we get? And also, I don't know if it's Shane Half. Credit to Shane Half. He's one of the Eagles. He breaks down all the Eagles film every week, and he posts it on Twitter and stuff. But he said when Devontae and AJ are on the same side, like the completion percentage is outrageous. Like we're on the same side of the field, like in a kind of like a condensed, tight formation with them two right stacked up against each other. Like it's hard to pick up who's gonna do what because
Mm,
both of them can run a deep route, both of them can run a short route, and both of them can run across the field. So it's
yep.
like you don't know what to do. But when you have one lined up in the X, one lined up in the Z, every single play, and then all you do is a little short motion to come here just so they can run a whip route. Like, like you know what I'm saying?
And then,
It's every time it's the same. It's the same predictable offense. So
yep.
going into this game though, and like I said, if you're new to this chat, man, hit the like, subscribe, comment down below what you think prediction wise. What's this Eagles Cowboys game going to be? Prediction wise, before we get to our next segment, what do you think? What's the score going to be?
I think 21-35 Eagles.
So 35-30. You think we're going to put up 35?
I think I don't see why you shouldn't.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
So I'm trying to be optimistic.
Benefit of the doubt.
Because I'm just looking at this defense. It's just like they're giving up yards, they're giving up touchdowns. I mean, they're giving up everything.
Bro, if we go up there and we score 17,
you should be upset.
Bro, I'm gonna be yelling. Like, it's gonna be bad, bro.
Matter of fact, you just talked me into it. Give me 38.
38.
Yeah, give me 38. 38-24.
Okay. So you think they score 24?
But I think they're gonna get it in garbage time. I think it's gonna be 14. It's gonna be 28-10 going into the fourth.
And then they're
gonna score 2 touchdowns. You guys are gonna score a touchdown and a 3. Okay. And that's it.
My prediction for this game, I'm right on board with you though. I'm right on board. Mine was 34-21.